Welcome to the Product Management View webinar series. Just a reminder to everyone on the call that the Software Marketing Perspectives Conference is coming up in Boston, May 23rd to 25th. You can get more information at www.smp.com. For today's webinar, I'm happy to introduce Ron Exler, who will be talking to you about working with industry analysts, the insider's view. Industry analysts can exert influence with everyone in the product marketing lifecycle, including buyers, the media, and even vendor executives. They also have the potential to be valuable sources of independent market and product insights. This webinar will cover how the analyst community works, why it's important to handle analysts correctly, what analysts want from vendors, how to handle the always feared briefing, and sources of information about analysts. Your speaker, Ron Exler, is Vice President and Research Fellow for Robert Francis Group in Executive Advisory Service. Before that, he worked in several software companies in analyst relations, marketing, and product management. Ron has used analyst services as a vendor and has also advised many vendors as an analyst. Over the past 20 years, he's participated in hundreds of vendor analyst briefings on both sides of the table and also did dozens of consulting engagements with vendors. So today, to speak to you about working with industry analysts, the insider's view, I would like to introduce Ron Exler. Take it away, Ron.
Great. It's great to talk with you all, and appreciate the opportunity. I would like to thank the folks at Feature Plan, Susanna and Russell, for putting this together. And I'm interested in, at the end, hearing your questions and hopefully having some dialogue about this important topic. The reason we thought it was important to go through this is because as you work through product management responsibilities, sometimes the whole analyst relations activities present opportunities and also challenges. So what I'd like to do today is walk through with you some of my thoughts in this area. As Susanna said, having sat on both sides of the table, spent many years at various size enterprise software companies and working with technology firms, everything from startups through some bigger companies, and have also been working as an analyst for the past 8 years or so. And, all right, great. So our agenda today is to go through, as Susanna mentioned, what are some of the analyst companies? What do they do? How are they set up? What is the role of the analyst? What do they do, and why do they do that? We're also going to discuss relationships between product managers and analysts, things that I've seen over the years that you can do to improve those relations, as well as how to handle briefings, and then some discussions of things that you might have experienced in terms of what analysts might not do right and what vendors might not do right as a point of learning so that we can learn from our mistakes and make it better next time. And lastly, we'll be covering the various sources of information that are available to those of you who are interested in further investigating analyst services. As you probably know, there are hundreds of firms in this space that is called industry analysis. So almost everybody's heard of the big names, and there are a few of them. We see, though, that there's really, if you start to dig into this, while there are hundreds of firms, they're very different from each other. They can be very different from each other. Some of them are mostly focused on end users, while others are focused more on the vendor community and serving them. There's also a few publicly held firms that are where you can see their financials and can get access to a lot of their information, whereas many of them are privately held, so less information is available about them. There are also some that are global in nature and some that are tied to a specific country, many in the U.S., there's also many in the United Kingdom that operate mostly in those venues. Furthermore, an important point of distinction that a lot of people overlook is the whole idea of quantitative versus qualitative research.